The summer series reviews continue, and here we have a watch that many of you are probably now familiar with, especially if you are a subscriber to this channel, the Titoni Seascoper, this one being the 300 series. I've reviewed quite a lot of Seascopers, the 300 in two different variants, and the original 600 version when it was first released. But this one is a new color for the model, an ice blue as they call it. Now, ice, I guess, can denote winter, but when I saw this light blue dial with this blue ceramic bezel, I thought it would work well within the summer series. Of course, all these watches can be worn anytime, but I think this would be a great summer watch, so I had Titoni send one over. Pricing stays the same as the other standard 300 models, $1,750, which gets you a COSC SW200, a 42mm stainless steel case, ceramic bezel insert, 300 meters of water resistance, and my favorite, the Plum Blossom push button extension clasp. Let's check it out. Okay, since I have reviewed this piece now 2 times before, once in its initial release and then the all black DLC with orange dial, I'm not going to give it a complete thorough review here. I will link to my original review of this piece up in the upper right hand corner, and on screen here I will display all the specifications. What I do want to talk about though is the dial color and bezel combo, because this is part of the summer series after all, and well, I just love this light blue color of the dial. And speaking of color dials, if you want colors, well, the 300 series is the Seascoper for you. Titoni has separated the Seascoper stainless steel series, kind of like how Apple does their regular and Pro lineup of their phones and iPads. The 600 series, not including the carbon series, they stay pretty traditional. Black and blue dials are available, and recently they debuted a two-tone and one with a gilt dial and bezel, but these aren't bright color combinations. On the other end, they have the 300 series, which has these new ice blue dials, orange dials, white dials, black with blue bezels, green dials and bezels, and finally, at least for now, black dial with green bezels. The only thing missing would be a yellow dial, which I think would look great, especially in another black DLC variant. But let's get back to this blue dial, this ice blue dial as they call it. And like the orange and white dials, Titoni opted for the black hands and black outlined indices, which I think work really well against this light blue color and make this piece stand out a little more than I think the polished steel hands. Everything about this version stays the same, so if you were looking for different shaped hands or less dial text, well, you're out of luck this time. But as I have talked about in the past, it doesn't bother me that much, but that bottom text could be smaller. This ice blue color is just very vibrant, and I love how it looks either inside or outside, but I have to say outside, when it hits the sun, man, is it beautiful. This ice blue version comes with 2 bezel choices, either black or blue, and you can get this one on the bracelet, but the black bezel version is available with either a bracelet or a black rubber strap. I'm guessing they didn't offer a rubber strap on this one as they don't have a blue strap for it. That's the only thing I can think of, but if you're wanting the rubber strap, shoot them an email and ask if it can be had with this blue bezel version. And with talking about this bezel, I do have to say I was a little bummed when this arrived, as on the Titoni website, this blue bezel appeared to be a gradient color bezel where it was lighter on top and darker on the bottom, which I have to be honest, I was really excited about, as that was something I had not seen before. Unfortunately, that is not the case. It's all one color. It's a beautiful hue, and that it can look a little bluish greenish in some lighting. And the look on the website, I'm going to just chalk it up to glare from the glossy ceramic and just how the stock photos were edited. And like I said, everything else on this piece stays the same, but that's not a bad thing. These Seascopers are beautifully designed and finished watches down to every last detail. I've been saying this for years, but if you're sleeping on Titoni, especially these dive watches, you're doing yourself a disservice. Sure, the overall design here may be a combo of the Tudor Pelagos meets a Longines Hydro Conquest, or the Tudor Black Bay meets a Hydro Conquest. Either way you want to look at it, Tudor and Longines. But that's not a bad thing either. Every part of these watches is finished well above their price point, and this 300 line specifically is one of the best dive watches you can buy for under $2,000. Now, that's my opinion, of course, but I can't think of another watch that looks this good, feels this good on the wrist, finished as well, and with a fantastic bracelet and clasp, not to mention being COSC, even if this one is the SW200 and not the T10 manufacturer movement that is in the 600 series. Now, one thing that is still present that I don't care for is the mirror polished porthole caseback. I've talked about this in my original review, and you will notice here I've not removed the protective sticker, and that is because I don't want to scratch it up while doing photography and video like I did with the last one. I don't mind that you can't see the movement through the porthole like you can on the 600, but the mirror here is just not good and it's gonna get scratched up. Make it brushed or frosted or just show the movement. Now, these are still 42 millimeters, not 40 millimeters like I think some were expecting, and they kind of lean 43 millimeters, at least with how they wear. Now, I love 40 millimeter watches these days, and I have no interest in massive watches either, but I love how this piece wears on my 7.5 inch or 19.05 centimeter wrist. It just looks and feels great, and a big part about that is how the bracelet feels and that fantastic clasp. Now, I know I've droned on about it before, but I love this clasp so much. Many brands, from mainstream to micro, are doing quick adjusting push button clasps. Some of them are accessed by buttons on the outside, some are accessed by a button or lever on the inside, but Titoni tops them all with the push button being on top of the clasp, cleverly disguised by the plum blossom logo. Just press the flower and you can pull the bracelet in and out to help obtain a perfect custom fit on the wrist. So yeah, nothing exactly new here on the Titoni Seascoper 300, but I think these watches are always worth another look, and with this new ice blue dial and blue bezel combo, they're perfect for summer fashion, beach wear, the ocean, or if you're just wanting to brighten things up over the summer months at the office. Whatever the case may be, this is a beautiful watch with a new beautiful dial color option. And that's all for this one, and I hope you enjoyed a look at this piece again, and I hope you're enjoying the summer series. I have quite a few more pieces lined up, including a Montour or a Montoir, I can't remember exactly how to pronounce that one, in cyan blue, an Elliott Brown Blocksworth in cyan, a Marlowe Solent Timer Rescue with a creamsicle dial and a teal strap, and many, many more on the way for this summer. Make sure you are subscribed with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of them. As always, please like this video. Make sure to comment down below, as I love to hear from you. This is Don Evans from Watch Report. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.